This is our moment.
I'm your host, Corey Phillips.
Time to be great than today.
OFFTOP podcast.
It's a play. Bryant for the lead. Yes!
Time! Yo, what's going on? It's your host, back at it. Corey Phillips here, OFFTOP podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Are we live? Kinda, sorta? Hey, kinda live. Tomorrow. We're gonna be on all the major platforms. If you want, Instagram's hot. Follow us on Instagram. Facebook's hot. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, all of it. Name it. I'm your host, Corey Phillips. Thank you guys for tuning in. Episode 24? Is Kobe 24?
Yes, sir.
I mean, if you know from the back, if you've seen the jersey back there, and everybody who knows me knows Kobe Bryant's like my favorite player. So, episode 24, tribute to Kobe. We got a lot of stuff to get into in a short little time. We got a ton of topics to get into. I mean, I went to the movies this weekend. I went to the Mariners game. I've been to 2 Mariners games this past week.
Damn.
Yeah. I went opening night. Friday was amazing. Went the game last night. We're going to get into all that. I went and saw Fantastic Beasts. We'll talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
If you were in front of the TV Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, then you saw the premieres of Mayans Mc. First 2 episodes of Mayans premiered on Tuesday, and then you had episode 4 of Moon Knight. We're going to get into all that. But joining me right now, my guest to the left, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, everybody knows me. I'm Thabo. I'm loud. Hey, man, it's a pleasure to be on the podcast, man. But I've been telling the clowns over there, I'm trying to be on this thing, man. Come in and talk shit. Basically about Seattle fucking sports, man, because we are going in the motherfucking demise, boy. I'm sick of this shit, man. I don't know how we can respond. The only thing we seen coming out is being goddamn Astros. I mean, shit, they've been down there for like last 5 years.
Yeah.
That's a positive, right?
Well, we're gonna get into that here in a minute. Astros. I mean, we just took 3 from the Astros this past week, so you can't. Mariners are coming up, so we're gonna get into all that. We'll get into a little bit of Seahawks
Not the
talk.
95 season.
We're gonna get into a little bit of Seahawks talk because the draft is a week away. Next Thursday is the draft. What are the Seahawks gonna do?
Quarterback,
hit a lot.
Trade everything.
Look, I'm telling you right now, if the Seahawks get a quarterback in the first round, I'm done.
Who do you think they're gonna pick up to give a quarterback?
Well, I was gonna get to that, but I feel like the Seahawks need to get offensive line. That's the biggest need to get.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's a couple tackles. What, Carson?
Who you was a quarterback? Drew Lock?
Okay.
You're gonna
laugh. You're gonna laugh because they just signed Geno Smith to a 1-year deal. You see, I told you. So we're gonna get into all that. But off top, I'm gonna start off tonight. Mariners tonight losing 8-6 to the Texas Rangers.
God.
Still win 2 out of the 3 of the series. They're 5-1 in the homestand. They basically blew a 5-run lead today. They had a 5-run lead early in the first, and Texas started creeping up 5-2 the next inning. 4th inning, crept up to 5-4. Took the lead in the 7th. It was 6-5. Mariners tied it up in the 8th to tie it up. And then the bottom of the 9th gave up 2 runs, and that was the wrap. So
Seattle sports, man.
Are you a Mariners fan?
Hell yeah, I am.
Who's your favorite player on the Mariners?
Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson, that's a good
Mm-hmm.
pick. You know, I had this debate with somebody the other day about should he be in the Hall of Fame.
He should. This man didn't even carry a gun. He used to put baseball by his bedstead.
Should he
you walk in his hand, he gonna blast you.
So right. But should he be in the Hall of Fame as a Mariner or should he be Hall of Fame as a Diamondback? Because he did win a World Series as a Diamondback.
As a Mariner, because when you think about it, that was his prime years. That's when he had You know, his name really stuck out with the Mariners.
Yep.
Like when you think Randy Johnson, what's the first that comes to your mind?
Okay, now you are being biased right there.
Diamondbacks.
So if you don't know, Carson's on the cameras back there, and he's all Arizona. I don't understand the Dallas connection.
He's a Cowboys. See, he just hops on whatever TV game.
Oh.
I'll get into this when I get on that.
Oh, okay.
He gets his flying Butler too.
So yeah, you can get your moment in the sun and defend your Arizona teams and your Cowboys.
We suck.
So I had this debate with a friend of mine yesterday, and he said that Randy Johnson should get a statue in front of T-Mobile Park, and I was just like, wait a minute, because they're giving Edgar Martinez a statue. Griffey's got one.
He got a whole street.
Right, exactly. So
why not?
Edgar's getting a statue. They're unveiling it this year, and then I was like, "Who is the next man you should think get a statue?" He's like, "Randy." That's what I said. I said Ichiro. I was like, Felix Hernandez is a close second, in my opinion.
Yeah, probably the next one after Ichiro.
That's what I'm saying. I think Ichiro should.
Ichiro deserves one,
right? Sure. So he was like Randy Johnson. I was like, wait a minute. Didn't Randy Johnson? I know he had some good years here. '95 season was great, but
that whole
he left here and he wins the World Series ring in Arizona. So I think he's more attached to that franchise than he's attached to both franchises. Maybe Randy Johnson should be in the Ring of Honor one day, with the rest of them like Griffey and Edgar and Dan Wilson and all them. But I don't think he deserves a statue.
Man, they need to get Jamie Moyer in the rafters.
Jamie Moyer, I love.
Yeah.
Jamie Moyer is the man. I love that man.
Yeah, but I don't know. Randy Johnson.
I just wonder, man. The guy pitched till he was like 50.
So I want to ask you, who's the NBA team you follow the most? Who's your favorite NBA team right now?
Golden State.
Oh man,
because Nate Robinson. Let's be okay. So that's what happened. Let me explain myself before people stop bashing me. When we lost to Sonics, right?
Yeah.
I was like, fuck the NBA. I ain't trying to deal with none of these people no more. I'm done with it, right? Mm-hmm. Cole Ryan, it's hard to stay away from the NBA. You gotta watch, in the end.
I think a lot of it's because of the young talent that comes from Seattle.
Exactly. Nate Rob.
Yep.
So 2012.
Jamal Crawford, that's my guy.
To Golden State. And then that's when I was like, you know what? You Seattle do. You know what I mean? And Golden State wasn't much at that time. In 2012.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were cheap. So I was like, all right, I'll just jump on this team. I'm a bandwagon, but since 2012, not 15. Mm-hmm. Get that right. Not 15.
We lost our team in all due fairness.
Yeah. But this is the thing though. If we get the Sonics back, yeah, I'm jumping out that damn train. I'm back.
Well, there's a good possibility. I mean, it's been talked about quite a bit. Even Commissioner has brought it up on several occasions, relocating, maybe bring them in as an expansion team. Because Climate Pledge was the first building block for that. Mm-hmm. One of the biggest reasons the Sonics are not here because the stadium. Partly. There was some
Clay Bennett did some shady shit.
There's some shady shit
that motherfucker. Boy, he knew what the fuck he was doing when he bought that team talking about the stadium. No, he want to take that. He want to take that team.
Oh yeah, it was a gold mine to go to OKC.
He knew what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah,
they ain't got no pro team. Who the fuck was the Oklahoma anyway? Clay Bennett.
Exactly. So you like the Warriors? Well, leads to my next topic because the Warriors tonight got the big W tonight, 118-113 against the Nuggets.
Ooh.
Key play down the stretch. They were down by 5. Well, actually, let me go back a little bit previously because they were up. Nuggets were up by like a lot. Yeah. They were up by quite a bit. Warriors came back, cut it down, but it was a back and forth in the fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter was just.
But that last play, they're only down by 4. They're trading back with Djokovic and then the steal by Draymond.
Yeah. Nah, that was net.
Yeah, I was like, that's it. So this series hasn't gone. I thought Denver was even going to split one on the road, but now this series is all but over. It's 3-0.
Yeah.
I was saying outside, I think the Nuggets might win one on the home floor to save face.
But
this series is a wrap. And we didn't even know, and with Steph Curry coming off the bench. Now, he's on a minutes restriction right now, if you guys haven't read. But I was like, this is the key. Steph Curry, if he's going to play or not. Because if Steph Curry wasn't going to play, I don't think Golden State had a shot in this series.
No, and if we're gone to overtime, I don't think we would have made it through.
Yeah.
Because he was ready, at 27 minutes by that time?
Yeah, he was at 26, 27.
Yeah, so...
I mean, he had 27 off the bench tonight, which is phenomenal.
Is
but Warriors win tonight. They're up 3-0. That series is all but over. Some of the other games, the Grizzlies,
Memphis.
Memphis.
Yeah.
And big shout out to John Morant. I mean, I love the kid. I mean, I think he's a superstar in the making. But Minnesota, you have a 25-point lead going in the fourth quarter, and you let them go on a 50-13 run to end the game.
They were done. They were tired.
Oh.
And they didn't even want to play no more.
Oh, my
Girls
goodness.
out there playing with their hands in their pockets. I'm like, yeah, this is over with.
I was like, that's an L, man. I was like, Minnesota's about to go up 2-1. They're in the driver's seat, and I mean,
they let James Harden defend out there.
James Harden, man, I don't even get that. I kind of alluded to it in the last show, right? Then I kind of went in on Russell Westbrook. If you guys didn't tune in the show, it's on YouTube, by the way, and all the major platforms. But if you didn't know, I kind of went in on Russell Westbrook last week.
Oh,
kind
did you?
of.
A little bit?
Because he's a stat pattern. We all know that.
Just a little?
I mean, I think
Half the episode?
he's gotta be walking funny though after the way Corey treated him.
Well, okay, here it is, though. I mean, here's the thing about James Harden. It's kind of the same thing. It's different, but it's not. James Harden, Philly gave up a lot to bring him on to Philly. And I mean a lot. The haul that the Brooklyn Nets got for him was ridiculous, right?
Why would you do that?
James Harden is searching for a contract. At the in the next season, he is a free agent, and he hasn't said it publicly, but it's already been known. He wants a max deal. He wants $200 million.
So I mean, he wants a max deal, but you don't think he's going to be a ring chaser and try to hop on one of these superstar teams?
I don't
cut.
I think James Harden is under immense pressure in these playoffs out of any player in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, that's true. You got proof.
He's searching for a contract. Shit, James Harden hasn't been in the NBA Finals since he was a sixth man back in OKC days.
Man,
You went to Houston for like 8 or 9 years. He didn't do anything.
It's a funny story.
You didn't do anything.
Listen funny. So back in 2012,
Go ahead.
I was working at Dick's Sporting Goods in Oklahoma. This is in Tulsa. James Harden walks in. I don't know what the fuck he is. I'm like, what is this? Out there, like 3-4 people didn't notice him, and he played for OKC, so I didn't know who he was. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Everybody's like, oh, that's James Harden. I'm like, huh? At that time, I wasn't. This one I just hopped on, the Golden State train, so I didn't know who James Harden was, and that's, first time I went to the finals was with OKC, and he was a sixth man, so. Obviously, I don't know who the hell he was, and now he's starting to build and stack up. But one thing that's always going to plague him in NBA, I think, is defense. Yeah,
Dude, he's a defensive liability when he's on the floor.
He is.
I've always said James Harden is one of the most prolific scorers in the NBA today.
Look
Kevin Durant.
Look how he got famous because they made a rule against how he goes in and drives because he just drives fouls all the time.
Famous.
I love him because he's from ASU, but that's how he got famous, and that's how he got.
Well, are you talking about with the Euro step and how he takes it to the hole and he cries and complains about your foul? Who doesn't in the NBA? LeBron James does it on a daily basis.
Against him just because of that.
I mean that's stretching it a little bit. I mean, the rules are a lot lax compared to the. I grew up old school. Okay.
Hell yeah.
I grew up Showtime Lakers.
Rodman.
You know what I mean?
People not in the tick will come right back in.
Detroit Pistons.
Ooh, bad boys.
Bad boys, Detroit Pistons. I mean, I grew up through 2-3 peats of the Chicago Bulls. I mean, even the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah.
Win one, lose one. Win one, lose one. They were in it every year. Mr. Fundamentals, Tim Duncan, that's my guy.
50-point games.
But it was a different game back there. Even in that time, it was still the rules were kind of a little bit rough compared to now. Now it's ticky-tack. You can't even breathe on anybody.
So, but this is the thing, though.
Football is different.
Yeah.
Football is based around the quarterback. That's it. The rules are supply and demand around protecting the quarterback because they want to pass league.
And score more points.
Score more
Fill up
points.
stadiums.
You see, they try to change the rules on the kickoff like every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
They change the overtime rules again.
Corners.
Kind of the same thing with the NBA
do.
with the fouls. I get it.
And the 3-point line.
The 3-point line.
You take a look at the games. Back then, it was like, what, 50, 60? That was a good high-scoring game. 70. Now, 100 and something. I'm like,
Yeah.
like what the...
It was in like the mid to early 90s or early to mid 90s where you started seeing teams scoring 90, 100, 110 points.
Consistently.
Yeah. Consistently.
And that was like a high score.
Now you're seeing teams throw up 130, 140 points sometimes.
Jesus.
Damn, man.
But I think James Harden needs to show up in these playoffs. I think this team is constructed right now to make a run in the finals. I mean, there's no argument right now. There's no excuse. So James Harden needs to figure it out. Joel Embiid ain't playing. Joel Embiid is going there and playing. I mean, last night, that game-winning shot at the end, Joel Embiid ain't playing around. He's trying to get a chip. He's going to win the MVP. I'm almost certain of it. I mean, he deserves it.
He's been on that team.
But James Harden, man, he's trying to play for a contract. I said it. James Harden's under pressure this year the most out of any player because he's trying to get paid.
Who's going to win his ass?
If he don't show up, Philly fans are gonna. I mean, Philly fans are different animals.
They ruthless.
I mean, I have some of my good friends are Eagles fans, and they are not.
Oh God,
they don't play.
Yeah, just think about it.
So he better keep his house in Houston. That's all I gotta say.
There's a time to come.
You need to.
He showed up. They loved him. By the end, they fucking wanted to.
I'm like, James Harden better not be walking the streets of Philly during the playoffs.
He being different with his wife. They gonna boo him.
Period.
Got the waitress booing him.
Player number 2 that's under the most pressure, Chris Paul.
Oh,
Why?
Yeah.
Chris Paul's 37 years old.
Oh,
It's
they're
nothing.
like the same position. It's weird.
Chris Paul is trying. He's already considered one of the greatest point guards
He
of all
just needs
time.
a chip.
He needs a chip. And in the Western Conference is not easy right now. Memphis, we saw them tonight, and they're on the come up. Golden State is still around.
Denver.
If
Denver's good.
I have a question.
Phoenix.
Dallas.
Like, where you gonna go?
If Chris Paul don't win a chip, is he our generation's John Stockton?
No, he's better than John Stockton.
As a scorer, yeah, but
Well, he's up there in assists too.
How's he done though?
And he plays better defense.
Stockton never won
And
though.
he's a pit bull. Chris Paul is a pit bull. I've been watching Chris Paul
What has he
since.
done?
He just got to his first finals, man. He's like a 12-time All-Star. Did he win MVP one year?
Yeah, he's a former MVP.
He's a former MVP. He's like a 12-time All-Star.
3-time assist leader.
Yeah.
He should have made it
leader.
to. He should have won a
4-time
chip by now,
defense.
way before.
He should have won. He should have been with a chip when he was in LA. When he was with the Clippers. That's why
he missed the whole plate. Yep.
So, I think he's under pressure because James Harden is trying to. There's a difference between James Harden and Chris Paul. James Harden is just trying to establish himself as he's relevant in this league. It's hard to say. It's sorry to say it, but that's the truth. Chris Paul's trying to establish his legacy. He's trying to get a chip to seal a deal. He's only got maybe. He's 37 now. How long do you think he's got? 4
years, and then the rest is on the bench riding somebody's coattails to get a shit.
As a starter, he might be able to get 2 more years in Phoenix.
Another 2 riding somebody's coattails.
At this level of play.
At this level of play, because he's balling. He's going to have to really ball now because if you haven't heard, Devin Booker is going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks. That's huge.
And that's the machine right there.
So I was right on a 12-time All-Star. So he's a 12-time NBA All-Star. He's an All-Star Game MVP. He's a 5-time NBA second team, All-NBA third team, 7-time All-Defensive first team, 2-time All-Defensive second team. You're saying,
What is it? What is he?
So I can compare
better than John Stockton.
I can compare this to the Cowboys.
How did
What do the Cowboys do to get to the wild card game and they lose?
It's not even NFL season. They haven't done anything. What do we need to talk about?
and then this is the one that
Does y'all talk about your rusty ass rings from the last
NBA All 75th anniversary team. That should say something.
It does.
Rookie of the year, 5-time assist leader, I mean, come on, man. It's not speak for itself. If he's already gonna go. He's already a Hall of Famer. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
So
in no way he's not.
I think it solidifies it if he gets a chip. This was the year for them, and now it's in jeopardy because Devin. But last
year was the year.
They rated it.
He was hurt and he had
This
COVID. He was out games. He had COVID, and then he wasn't 100% last year. And that was a bad matchup. Milwaukee is a bad matchup for that team. Mm-hmm. They talk about Phoenix is deep. They're not that deep when you can't Milwaukee because you gotta find someone to stop Giannis.
Milwaukee's big.
You know Giannis. Don't sit on the bench. I don't know what the fuck he test his ass. I don't know how you play every single night. Doesn't take no breaks. Doesn't take what's the shit they on now for these superstars? Game restrictions. Game shedding, whatever, load shedding, whatever hell it is. Giannis better know I play.
Giannis is my boy. That is my NBA championship pick, by the way. I'm picking Milwaukee to repeat.
Milwaukee.
I got a bet from Vegas. I've made a huge bet in Vegas.
How much? I'm not gonna disclose.
I'm not gonna disclose on the camera right now, but I did make a couple little future bets for the NFL season and stuff like that. Like I said, NFL draft is coming up next Thursday. 3 nights of excitement, action. I love the NFL draft, man, because there's so many moves that are made.
Should we go live for the draft?
It's Thursday night.
We can make it happen.
Yeah.
We'll
That's
figure
up
it
to
out.
you.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
We'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, we'll get back to you on that. But the big question is, what are the Seahawks going to do? What do you think? Let me ask you. What do you think the Seahawks should do?
So you're right. Like drafting a quarterback is just this draft class.
I'm done.
It's garbage. I ain't even gonna lie about it. It's garbage.
They better not.
So you're right. Offensive line, and then work with what we got right now. I know a lot of people talking about we need to get Baker Mayfield. I'm like, no. That's not a move.
Okay. Let me rephrase. I'm good with getting Baker Mayfield on the cheap. Meaning we're not giving up draft picks, and we'll give them
cheap?
6 to 7 million. That's where I'm at. We gave Geno Smith 3. Now we know Baker Mayfield is better than Geno Smith.
He is.
Yeah.
See.
Thoughts.
Geno is good.
Geno had one good half last year.
My guys.
You got 2 good games.
Has played in the playoffs. Geno Smith has never had a winning season.
Baker, he had the team.
But look at the team he was on that time. Who the fuck did he have? Who did Geno Smith have? Baker Mayfield had O'Neal. Jarvis Landry. He didn't do shit with them. Nick Chubb. Should I go on? Exactly.
Odell.
He wasted their talent.
I think
and now you want to bring him here so he can waste DK.
That's why it don't make no sense.
DK needs to be gone.
Who?
DK.
Why?
For his own good.
What?
Yeah.
He's the future of the franchise.
I don't know what the hell you talking
What
about.
franchise?
Okay, so if there's one player you will build... Wait, hold up. If there's one player you will build the Seahawks roster on right now, on all the players we have, who is it?
Of course.
Who's our best player right now?
DK, but poor guy.
You got to put weapons around him. So it starts with the trenches. It starts with the offensive line. They're projected to get Evan Neal out of Alabama, who is NFL already. He's a 6'8" offensive. He can play left or right tackle. They're right there. You should be able to anchor your offensive line.
Dude from NC State. What's his name? The Nigerian Ikem Ngowoku.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to... I think he might get picked before the Seahawks get picked, unless the Seahawks trade up.
I can see him.
Or Zion Johnson, the kid from DC.
Zion Johnson, I want him.
He's an animal.
But I'm okay with Evan Neal.
That Bama.
Now, because, as far as wide receivers goes, because we need more wideouts, right? This wide receiver class is filled with talent.
Yeah. We ain't even lying.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, a quarterback this season, just call it a wash.
Who you gonna
just
get?
Call it. Who are you gonna get?
Malik
this
Wilson?
draft. Okay.
Played at Liberty, Norway University.
I want to ask Carson a question. Why do you think so many quarterbacks moved in the offseason during the free agency?
I understand this quarterback draft is terrible, but wide receivers definitely not the move. Defense or O-line?
You need pass rush. I give you that.
Yeah, man, you got Lockett.
There's
you got DK,
good
you know,
defense this year.
But this is a deep
Aiden
wide
Hutchinson.
receiver class. You got to snag one of these guys up. Why do you think Kansas City let go of Tyreek Hill? They were like, we're not paying you $28 million.
Joe.
Or snag one.
We'll
trade
get
away
Juju
Tyler
Smith-Schuster
Lockett.
Schuster off the
What'd you
cheap.
just say?
And
What did you just say? Seattle? Oh, DK.
But we
Wait, you
need
didn't tell
we
you
need
to
a
go
core.
after-
So this
So
we
okay,
get rid of DK.
I'm okay getting rid of DK if we get a good haul for him. That's the only thing. You should field offers.
But we lose a core though.
Right, but
We
you're
still
losing a
need a
quarter
core.
piece.
Yeah.
I don't want them to trade DK unless it's for the right price. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's an offer you can't refuse. This is some Michael Corleone shit right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you give me 3 first-rounders and 2 second-rounders plus a player to be named, a decent wide receiver in return, I will do that deal. Or a quarterback. Not Jimmy Garoppolo.
Or Dak Prescott.
Speaking of the Cowboys, this is what I wanted to bring up because I heard this today and it almost made me puke in my mouth. So you all know that Debo Samuel has asked for a trade.
Oh yeah. He's trying to look out.
And he was on Twitter with a picture of him with CeeDee Lamb in a Cowboys uniform. And I'm like, oh my God. Debo Samuel has asked for a trade. He wants to get out of San Francisco because he didn't disclose it, but the rumor is he wants to be used as just a wide receiver, not as a wide receiver. His hits doubled from last year to this year. Like doubled. He's getting hit 9 times.
Do you blame him though?
No, I don't. And he's good.
Man.
And I'm like, you should get your money.
Receiver.
But I don't want him to go and get contaminated and get sucked into that mess of Jerry's playpen and be on the Cowboys. Now the Cowboys don't need him, but Cowboys got the money, and he's going to want 28 to 30.
And they got the capital trade for
So what do you think about that? Wait, what's your thoughts on Debo?
So
The 2 teams. Wait, before you answer that, the 2 teams that are, if this is happening, now the 49ers are in complete control here. He doesn't have a no trade clause. They're gonna want a good haul if they're gonna trade him.
to trade for him.
But the 2 teams that are in play are the Cowboys and the New York Jets. The Jets made that offer to Tyreek. Now, if he goes to the Jets, his career basically
He'd be done. That's right. Yeah. So and that's why I love Debo. Like, man, he plays hard. We see it every time we hit the NFC West battle, Seattle, San Fran. He was eating us alive, man. We couldn't stop him.
The last 8 weeks of this past season, he was killing it.
God, man.
And they were talking about MVP consideration with Debo.
See, so him pulling that, trying to, I get it. Like, if you're a receiver and they make you play running back or your hits add up, you're not gonna last long in this league, right? So obviously he's gonna look for a team that's gonna treat him as a wide receiver. But that's my thing though. They're gonna do that for like the first 3-4 games. Next thing you know, they start drafting him back where you belong.
Yep.
All right. Unless he puts something in his contract where he can only, run from the backfield.
Well, Cowboys, it makes sense for the Cowboys. They just got rid of Amari Cooper and they freed up a bunch of cap space. Amari Cooper is in Cleveland now.
They have 2 perfect running backs. One good running back, one they need to get rid of.
Who?
Tony Pollard is amazing. They need to get rid of Zeke.
Tony Pollard needs to be starting.
Exactly.
Over Zeke.
100%.
The only reason Zeke is starting is Jerry's stubborn. He wasted so much money on it, he's still betting on him. You betting on a losing horse right now. Just let that thing go.
If he goes to the Jets, he's not going to get the same production or same numbers. He's going to be the workhorse of that team, but he's not going to put up the same numbers as in Dallas, where he might get closer to those numbers with Dak Prescott. Well, you got to understand, they got weapons galore in Dallas.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to spread the ball around. CeeDee Lamb is
Amari's position though.
Right, but I mean, Debo is not. He's a physical wide receiver, but he's not the biggest wide receiver. You know what I'm saying?
And he doesn't run clean routes.
That is true.
He's
He-
physical.
He's physical. He can work within the numbers.
Mark Cooper?
But I'm just waiting for him to get that hit across the middle. And somebody just lays him out and then he's done.
I saw a great comp on him. And I think it was Ian Rappaport was saying that he plays the most like Hines Ward.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I 100% agree with that. That's fair.
Brutal.
Yeah, like no
technique,
fear.
nothing.
He's got no fear, but he just plays.
Well, Hines Ward lasted years in
16
this
years?
league, and he won a Super Bowl championship. Now, Debo, I mean, the situation with the 49ers is it's really complex because there's no market for Jimmy Garoppolo, even though they said they weren't trying to trade him. They weren't trying to trade him because they didn't want to put it out there because he was still getting shoulder surgery. He's out of that now. And now there's really no spots left. Like, where is he going to go? Carolina? You can trade for Sam Darnold? I don't think so.
Hell no. They already paid Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold got his money, though. My dog got paid. As trash as he is. Man,
I have a friend that works.
get drafted something so I can just sit around and be trash, too.
I had a friend that worked that said he would like to get his hands on. He's a Tennessee Titans fan. He's like, give me Baker Mayfield. I'm like, what?
No.
Over Tannehill? He's like, Tannehill can't run. I was like, oh, that's true. Tannehill is not a scrambling quarterback at all.
He was for like half a season.
Right.
When he first went to Tennessee. Remember that?
I mean,
and then I don't know what the fuck happened after that. He's just...
Derrick Henry
started playing like crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went from being one of the best tackles in the league to one of the worst.
Yeah, true. Because I remember Tannels, he was scrambling for a little bit.
I don't know. So there's a lot of questions with this draft, but it's really, what is Seahawks going to do? I mean, if you look at the past history with John Schneider and the Seahawks, trade down to get more picks later.
You drop everything.
I think if they want to save their jobs and they want to keep at the helm of this team before they're ousted, they might really want to consider just using this 8th pick and get the best player available, whoever it is. But I think it should be offensive line. But damn it, no quarterbacks. Period. You wait until next year's draft.
Because this draft class is just...
It's good if you're looking at defense, if you're looking at wide receivers, and if you're looking at O-line. There is tons of it.
Quarterbacks?
No.
You're just wasting your time.
I mean, these quarterbacks,
look at the top 5 quarterbacks. Norway University. I'm like, who the hell did you play?
Yeah.
You're like, you probably need another 3-4 years before you're ready for the NFL.
Big shout out to Trent McDuffie, my guy. I met him on several occasions. UW. He's going to get drafted. He's going to be one of the early cornerbacks drafted. I think Washington is probably going to take him. But you're also hearing Baltimore might take him. If he goes to Baltimore, you just help that defense a whole bunch, which doesn't need no help.
That's true.
Baltimore is loaded.
Radio.
But draft next week. Back to the NBA though. The games tonight, obviously Memphis, I told you about, winning 104-95. Dallas with their win over Utah, 126-118. Big shout out to Dallas with no. What's his face? How do I forget him? Luka Doncic.
Oh yeah,
he was out again tonight, but Dallas is up 2-1 in that series over Utah, and then Golden State with a big win tonight. They're up 3-0 in that series. Tomorrow's games, Miami and Atlanta, Game 3. Miami's up 2-0. Another player that's under pressure, Jimmy Butler, man. We've been waiting for a long time for some Jimmy Butler. Like, Jimmy Butler's been a good player in this league. I mean, just don't forget, 2 years ago they just went to the finals and lost to who? Who do I gotta remind you?
Bron.
Oh, they lost to Bron.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Bron.
The GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
The GOAT. I mean, GOAT Part 2. I mean,
the sequel.
To who? Don't
George?
say it. Go for it. Go.
To who?
Do you not remember what episode it is?
It's Kobe episode, and Kobe is number 1 on my list.
He's the GOAT.
He's a hybrid.
He's the GOAT.
Because he played in that era and the new era.
Mm-hmm.
He's just
Jordan
2.0.
He's just a hybrid. This era got a whole lot of...
I put LeBron 3.
I would too.
I put Jordan and Kobe.
LeBron 1, Michael 2.
I would too.
LeBron has lost way too many finals for me.
And he needs...
And then this past... I'm just being honest. He has lost...
I mean, when he retires as the all-time point.
Dude, listen. No, I want you to hear me. LeBron James, I'm going to miss him when he is gone. Deeply. Because there's not going to be a player like him for a while. I thought it was Anthony Davis. That boy has proven me 100% wrong. 150% wrong. But when LeBron James is gone, I'm going to miss him so much. And I think there'll be a bigger appreciation for him when he's gone.
He's gone. Not now.
Because, I mean...
Right, because he's playing...
you just look at this last season, the numbers he was putting up.
That's ridiculous, man.
He's 36 years, 37 years old.
He shouldn't not be averaging 30 points a game at his age.
I mean, with all the stuff we have now, like health-wise...
In this age of Kobe... He was on a downhill slide.
Who?
Kobe.
He was still going.
At 37.
But think about it.
Kobe was on some bad team.
Because Kobe was getting
Alright, so this is what I'm going to put
Yeah.
it. In 2003, when you had an ACL injury, how long did you take come back?
But who?
When you get an ACL, when you
He
tear
basically
ACL,
missed the whole season.
right?
Like 6 months usually, yeah.
Now, how long does it take you recover from ACL?
3-4.
Weeks?
No.
Like,
3-4 months you got.
3-4 weeks they walking and stuff and run around.
But they're not NBA ready.
Yeah, not NBA ready, but it's shorter, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Klay Thompson also took 2 years off for any injury.
Yeah, he did.
Well, I don't know what the hell he did to it. But
He tore all of his ligaments.
Yeah. See, I'm talking
Pulled the
about
Adrian Peterson.
You know what? I was having this conversation about Klay yesterday. And as you as a Warriors fan, I want to address this to you. So, I think Klay... Before the last 4 or 5 games, he was on fire. But since he's come back, he had like a couple of good games here and there. But it seemed like he was pressing too much. Would you agree with that? Like he almost was playing like he had something to prove. I'm like, look, bro, Klay, you don't have anything to prove to me.
You good.
I mean, you're a 3-time champion.
He's a Hall of Famer regardless.
They probably consider one of the top 5, 10 greatest shooters of all time.
Yeah. Top 10 for sure.
I mean,
Man,
as a 3-point shooter.
But
yeah,
Sure.
But
he's
the
up
thing
there.
though,
Top 10 3-point
these
shooter.
days social media, like in the time we live now,
Name 9 better.
he has to he felt like that pressure's on him. He was like, man, they gonna think I fell off. Fuck that. I'm a show.
But he
now.
wasn't
I came back
playing
10
well.
times better.
He was making mistakes and
He
throwing
was.
up some shit that
He
I had
was.
never seen him do up before. And I was like, Klay, relax, bro. You're good. Everybody will be healthy. I was a little scared about Steph because Steph is the glue to that team. Because if no Steph in this series, I'm telling you, it wouldn't be 3-0 right now. It would not be 3-0 right now.
He that fourth quarter was all him and Draymond.
Yep. So I feel like Steph, not Steph. I keep saying Steph. Klay is pressing. I was pressing a little bit. I think he's relaxed a little bit more right now. But no, LeBron. I'm gonna miss him when he's gone. But I'm still. Jordan never lost the finals. Okay.
I get it.
How many MVPs Jordan won?
I've had this
I
argument.
mean, how many
so
scoring
many
titles
times
does that
with
one?
people.
And then you got LeBron.
I mean, and then Kobe. Kobe won.
I mean, in all due
Kobe
fairness,
had the 3-peat.
in all due
Then
fairness,
he got rid of
bro,
Shaq.
You gotta understand my experience with
never
Jordan
played
because of
awesome
my
with the
age,
team.
right?
What? Big
I
with
got
the
the
team?
only memories
Nope.
I have of Jordan are on the Wizards, which I know is unfair to his image just as a whole.
way
Right?
Oh, come on, man.
No, I get it, but you got. But
It was-
bro. I was born in '96.
That was a Sunday league for him.
Right,
He was just
like,
like bullshit.
So my whole generation, it's my debate in my head was always Kobe or LeBron, and the way I always look at the argument as just as players, right?
Mm-hmm.
LeBron is the better overall basketball player. Kobe is the guy I would take in a one-on-one game.
Kobe is an
You're saying that's
assassin.
their own guy?
Kobe is an assassin.
Mamba mentality,
Exactly.
man. You think
Yeah.
that shit came from?
I mean,
LeBron's
if there was
not that.
one person
I
that want
mean-
the ball in his hands and with 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter, take a game-winning shot, it's number 24
I get that.
or number 8. I don't care which one you want to go.
Number
Probably 24. Probably 20 because
Number 8 hit 81 though.
number 8 was young. Number 8 was taken under his wing by Shaquille O'Neal.
Who's more clutch?
The other dude.
Kobe.
Come on.
No,
now.
24. I'm 24-8 when he was.
24. So that was like the reinvent him of himself at that point.
It's that Mamba
He had,
mentality.
yeah.
He had to get rid of that young.
It was like, this is my team.
Yeah.
I'm running the show. We're gonna do things my way.
8 was.
And then you had Andrew Bynum. You had Paul Gasol. You had.
Sheesh.
I mean, there's a list of players that you have, but it was his team. And then they won those 2 chips. They beat Orlando. Then they beat Boston, which was huge. And then, I mean, after that, the Achilles injury, and it was towards the end. You know what I mean?
That Jazz game was proof, though.
And they gave him all that money towards the end of his career, but I mean, it was like they felt like they were obligated to give it to him. Just finish it out as a Laker and be done.
But think about it. He never begged for contract like all these.
No,
and he was never contract hungry. He just
and that's
There's only one
Jim Buss.
Jim Buss.
He's one.
Leave.
What?
I said there was only one point in LA where they were worried he was going to leave, and that was in the middle of the whole Shaq fiasco.
Yeah, but we knew
which they worked it out because Shaq had been traded.
Which worked out best for him because he went to go win another ring.
Yeah, they both won rings after.
Yeah, so I mean, I think in the LeBron sense, because I mean they both got drafted when they were 18 out of high school, but LeBron is just a physical specimen. He takes care of his body well. He's a different type of player. He's an all around great player.
That's just what I mean.
He's got defense. He can shoot the three. He's got a step back J. He can dunk it on you. He can do whatever.
Just can't lead a team. Goddamn it, he's not a leader.
And
that's my argument.
And in this day and age where you have to have the super teams and shit. I mean, those Miami days were great.
But Wade is one of the most lethal combos of all time.
I mean, Ray Allen's my guy too, man. And
hey, Gary Payton was like around somebody's coattails.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, this Lakers team that he's supposed to be on, he's supposed to win at least 2 chips. At least 3 was like I was pushing for 3.
I was too.
I was like 3 before you done. Okay?
That's what I said. I was like, man, stop printing all the shit shirts.
And I'm like, we don't gotta. And that's the frustrating part because there's only so much time we got left with LeBron. I mean, LeBron's trying to play till his son gets there, which I can see him do, but it might not be all in Lakers uniform.
Golden State.
Oh my lord! And then
hey, you heard what he said. Though.
I mean, he's been saying it. Wants to play with Steph.
Yes, come on.
I'm like, or maybe he comes to LA.
Oh, Steph? Nah.
Hey, I'll trade Anthony Davis for 7 days a week. I'll trade Anthony Davis.
If I get Anthony Davis, you gotta say that.
Twice on Sunday. You can take Anthony Davis.
I'll take Steph and Andrew Wiggins for AD and Russ.
You get Buddy Hield back on that team like I told him to do last year, and they screwed that up. You get rid of some of these old guys.
They better run Westbrook out of
Carmelo, I love you, but you gotta go, man. I'm done. Tomorrow's matchups, though, Miami and Atlanta. That series is 2-0.
Trae Young.
Who you got in that series?
Cool.
You got Miami.
I got Atlanta.
You got Atlanta?
Yeah, I got Atlanta.
They're down 2-0.
They come back. I believe in Trae Young. Like I feel like LA did him dirty, and that's why I'm like I don't know, man.
That's their only weapon, and
yeah, it's true.
Miami's got a lot.
Man, I'm just biased towards Trae Young how LA did.
Trae Young's phenomenal. I love Trae Young.
Like I don't know what the fuck
I think it's just a bad matchup for Atlanta. I mean,
Trae Young needs help.
Yeah, he needs help. I think that's the problem with Atlanta. I mean,
that
run that he did a year previous, because that series against the Knicks, that was so fire. I watched that whole series. But he needs more weapons around him. He can't do it by himself. So that's why I think Atlanta's biggest problem is.
Bron did in Cleveland.
Yeah, that's true. I can't even deny it.
You did.
I don't even need an argument from me. That's at 4:00 tomorrow on ESPN. The middle game at 5:30 on ABC. Milwaukee, Chicago. That series tied at 1-1. Chicago with the big win last night. I'm taking Milwaukee in 7. I think Chicago's good enough to stretch this series out. DeMar DeRozan, man, has been balling.
Oh yeah,
he's in an MVP. He's been an MVP conversation, and it pisses me off because we had a chance to get his ass. And they got and LeBron James won at Russell Westbrook. I should close the laptop on that and end the show on that note because it pissed me off. But anyway, I mean, that's
did that last week.
They about to run his ass out of LA. Even his own family members ain't showing up to the game.
Don't get me started on Russell Westbrook again. I will trade Steph Curry for Russell Westbrook and picks.
Oh yeah.
I will give you 3 future first round picks.
Russ and AD?
No, that's too much. You gotta give me something back in return. I'll take Iguodala.
And Wiggins?
I'll take Wiggins and Steph.
I'll give you
AD and
AD and Rose.
Yeah, I don't know. Ooh, that's interesting. You said Draymond.
Yeah, I'll give you a Draymond.
Steph and Draymond for AD.
That motherfucker defensive machine, bro. Like, I don't care what
Steph
people
and
say.
Draymond for AD, Russell Westbrook, and picks. That's a huge haul.
Yeah.
I don't know if the money would work though, because Steph just got that big
That's a
deal.
lot of Supermaxes moving around.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of Supermaxes.
I mean, well,
Draymond playing for
Russell
contract
still
now.
owed
He's on a max contract
a
too.
shitload of money for the next 2 years.
Yeah, they owe him $33 million next
That's
year.
why he's going to be the hardest to move. I'm not going to lie. The Lakers are kind of stuck with this.
Oh,
They're going to
man,
have to find a perfect suitor.
Oh man,
to
someone
get him.
desperate's gonna want
Some
him.
of them might have to move before Russ moves.
You know, someone desperate will take Russ.
Who?
Somebody.
Stat padding ass. No, I'm not stat padding ass.
Knicks.
All he cares about is stat. But nah.
I'll take him if they give me Julius Randle back.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Him and Cam Robinson might be worth a haul.
That
Get a young big man.
would be nice. I mean,
Cam Robinson?
Cleveland is another option.
Okay, yeah.
Another option.
Yeah. Because they
Got young talent that I would have.
Yeah.
Any team right now,
Now, who
and I'm
gives-
telling the folks at home, any team right now that wants Russell Westbrook, give me a call. I'll put a word in, or I'll send a letter or whatever.
Smoke signals.
Even your Sunday League church team can get him. Get that man. Sheesh.
And then the nightcap tomorrow night, it's Phoenix and New Orleans game 3, series tied at 1-1. I gotta say, New Orleans is balling. Brandon Ingram, that's another Oladipo disciple that we have just sent off in the dust, and now he's balling out of control. And big shout out to CJ McCollum. I love CJ McCollum. I've met him on a couple occasions down in Portland. He's one of the best shooters in the league. And he's a true point guard that can shoot the rock, and he can facilitate. I think in Portland, it was just like him and Damian, and that was it. And they didn't have enough around them, and they needed to get some other better pieces.
Yeah.
So I knew one of those players had to go. I thought Damian will actually get traded, to be honest with you, because Damian seems like he wants out of Portland. But they traded CJ McCollum. What's up?
This just in.
Oh.
Wow.
Russ wins someone.
No, there was a report, and we're live here, guys, but there was a report on a Bleacher Report that Shaq said he would coach the Lakers if he was offered 4 years, $100 million contract.
No, we don't want him.
What do you think? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, nah.
No?
No.
Shaq.
Shaq as a coach?
Yeah. Now, he comes from the Phil Jackson tree
Yo, whip them
Yeah.
boys in the
with the
shade.
triangle offense. And
He
you
a
know,
straight shooter, so he...
Jeannie Buss's boyfriend is Phil Jackson. He might be as a consultant.
Maybe.
You know, I mean, I know Phil Jackson and Shaq are still tight.
Still tight.
So
I'll take Shaq as a consultant, yes, because he's a straight shooter. He'll tell you how it is.
well, Frank Vogel's gone.
Yeah, and I think what's his name? Lakers coach right now.
Well, but that's the thing. The Lakers don't need a over-controlling coach. They need someone to straighten out everyone else around LeBron, so he's not the only one yelling at people.
But
that's the
it's
thing, though.
partly roster too, though.
Yeah.
True. I'm not saying it's not. But Shaq might be a good mediator and an attracting piece to lure people in.
Because he's a player. A player coach is usually
he's
work
a
out.
player.
Yeah.
That's facts right
Yeah,
there.
players coach
I agree.
come out.
100%.
Come on,
Yeah.
tell me you wouldn't want to play
But
for
every
Shaq.
now and then-
That would be a blast.
And that's like every team sport, but when you have a
Man,
player
if they can
coach,
find some way. See, and this. Then it gets me back to the Anthony Davis subject, because Anthony Davis was supposed to come over here and be the guy. I mean,
Be the next
we
guy.
were talking about Anthony Davis not just a few years ago. He's one of the best big men in the league. He was averaging 27, 12 rebounds, 3 block shots, shooting over 50% from the field, and now the dude can't even stay healthy for half a season. I mean,
that boy got glass knees. But
dead ass. Like, where were you, Anthony? He was back in the lineup. He was back in the lineup for a week. Then he gets hurt. You know who he reminds me of? It's CJ Procise.
Yes.
Now, for all you
Stay
Seahawks
up.
fans out there that know
Oh,
who CJ
my
Procise
God.
is, I mean, it was
Poor guy.
it's Pete Carroll, one of Pete Carroll's favorites.
Oh.
But the dude can't stay healthy, just like Rashad Penny.
Man, how many seasons? 4 now. How many games he had? 16?
Maybe.
16.
Rashard Penny. So
Man, I been watching him in San Diego State when I was stationed up in San Diego.
he was legit in San Diego State. So when we're now seeing the Rashard Penny that we had anticipated him to be when he drafted him 4 years ago.
First round.
It took 4 years, and now I mean he had his best 6 games. Yeah, because he played 1 game and then he get hurt and then be out for like 8 or 9 weeks at a time. That's Anthony Davis, but you're doing it on a stretch of 30 games.
Glass knees. It is.
That's a big question mark. There's a lot of question marks in this Lakers team. Can they stay healthy? LeBron, how's he going to hold up? I think LeBron will be fine. I mean, it's apparently he'll be fine because he basically sat out the last week of the season. We were already eliminated from the playoffs. He's like, fuck it.
This probably be the
I'm done.
This probably be the funniest offseason Lakers in a while.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I cannot wait for it out. Yeah. But Phoenix and New Orleans, obviously the news of Devin Booker. Series is tied 1-1. Phoenix is in trouble.
With D-Book
They are in trouble. Because New Orleans, you're catching New Orleans at the wrong time. Yeah. They're playing really well. They have momentum from the play-in tournament. And
that's the problem.
And then they won game 2. So now you're going back to New Orleans for 2 games without your best player. Now, granted, Phoenix is deep, but I can foresee this series going 7 games. What do you think?
I think so too. And when New Orleans, they're one of those teams they just catch heat during the playoffs for some reason.
Yeah,
it's like out of nowhere. The whole season they man, like this whole start of the season, I didn't think they were going nowhere. I didn't think they were making the playoffs.
Who, New Orleans?
Yeah.
No, hell no.
I didn't even think Zion Williams.
We weren't even thinking about that.
The biggest story about New Orleans was Zion Williams out here eating burgers and shit. That's and now they're in the playoffs, so.
That little video that he put up on social media was
Duncan.
I'm like, come on, man. You trying to market yourself out there? You're still big as hell.
But he went to a kindergarten and dunk on that thing. You were in kindergarten, nigga. That shit only 6 feet.
So we got some playoff matchups this week.
And I'm 5'5". I can dunk on that Zion.
We can catch Zion tomorrow night sitting on the bench in his jumpsuit as he watches his team winning playoff games. Now there is a rumor that he might be available later on in the playoffs if they,
5 minutes.
Yeah, maybe
the whole series.
He's gonna be a 5-10 minute restriction.
Yeah, he on restriction time too.
One of my favorite series, I mean, Philadelphia's up 3-0. They basically got that series in the bag. Boston and Brooklyn. The next game's on Saturday. After the no-show from Brooklyn again, Boston putting on that heat.
God.
Durant is locked down, and Durant's talking about he needs to just figure it out.
Kyrie needs to eat something.
Kyrie is not doing anything.
He hungry.
You're over there flipping off Boston Celtics fans.
What is he?
You're more worried about the fans than winning games. He's the other player that I have as under the most pressure because you're the one that brought Kevin Durant over here. Then you start sitting down a slew of games because of COVID. Or you had mental issues, or you had family issues, or whatever issues you had. Then the stupid vaccine mandate in New York, which kept him out of home games. So you finally get that up, and now you're over there flipping fans. Like, what in the hell is wrong with you?
Ain't he supposed to be in Ramadan right now?
I don't know, man. I'm done with Kyrie. I already said it.
I've been done with Kyrie.
I said it.
I don't know what's going on.
After the season, no team should give him a max deal.
The Lakers will.
A max contract. Well, he should get his money. But I wouldn't sign him to a long-term deal because
money for what?
Because he's good.
He going to a G League.
When he's playing, he's good. That's what I'm saying.
That's true.
That's all I'm saying.
This thing going on, he's KD doing by himself over there. I feel sorry for him because that's
So NFL draft this week. NBA playoffs are going all week long, every day. We got baseball, NHL playoffs are getting ready to start. Kyrie is loving the Cardinals. Not Kyrie. Kyler Murray's loving the Cardinals again after he had scrubbed his.
Yeah, he added back on social media.
He was just like, yeah, man, I'm Cardinals through and through. You're a little shit.
He's a little spoiled toddler. He runs like an angry toddler on the football field anyway.
You're barely 6 feet tall. You have Russell Wilson syndrome. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You can't see over your offensive line.
That is true.
Oh, I wonder how that felt for your last decade.
What? Russ? I was done with him like last year.
Okay.
I sure was.
It's not.
I was sick of him. Actually, I was sick after he married Sierra. I was done with that man. He became a diva.
Russ now, Russ is in the AFC West with KC and Patrick Mahomes.
He ain't getting out of there.
The Chargers and the Raiders. Which, by the way, congratulations to Derek Carr getting his new deal. He got 4 years,
Garbage.
$125 million. Actually, I like the contract.
Deserved.
The only thing I don't like about the contract is that he has a no trade clause, and I believe no trade clauses should go to quarterbacks who win.
True.
Win Super Bowls.
Who win Super Bowls and
Or playoff games.
At least.
How many playoff games he won since he been over there?
He never won a playoff game.
Yeah.
He barely won that last
So
one.
like Patrick Mahomes should get a no contract, no trade clause. Russell Wilson should get a no trade clause. Tom Brady doesn't need to have a no trade clause. He can just retire and come back whenever he wants.
That's true.
Aaron Rodgers, you know what I mean?
Like
Like,
up on the Sunday,
so-
slaying.
Josh Allen.
no.
Not yet.
Who win Super Bowls? Matthew Stafford. Wait, what? Wait, what?
I love Stafford. Like I ain't gonna lie.
Lord.
I love Stafford from Detroit days. I feel sorry for him.
What are you shaking your head for?
You know
you
why
guys
I hate
don't even
Matthew
make
Stafford?
Why?
And
He
then,
played for Detroit for I fucking hate Matthew Stafford. Are you kidding
why
me?
would you hate him? Like
How can you
he
hate
was Detroit's. He was
They're
like
bad.
their beating heart. He gave life to that city.
Anything that's not Cowboys, he doesn't.
Man, he just hated him.
So Matthew Stafford just won a Super Bowl, okay, and he's made it further in the playoffs
He's
than
just
the last
butthurt
25
that-
years of the
Yeah.
Cowboys.
He's just
Come
hurt
on.
that Matt Stafford grew up in Dallas and ain't a Cowboy.
Oh, that's right. He's a Texas boy.
He's a Dallas
I mean,
boy.
Texas
but
boys
he's
are
a
not
Virginia.
Cowboys.
Well, he grew up in Texas, then he went to Georgia,
Yeah.
and he got drafted by Detroit.
Number one overall.
Stay
I
there.
know. Do you want to explain the whole life story? Or
Oh no,
you wanna
not
tell where he
finished.
was born
And then
to?
in 2 short years, he got traded to the Dallas, the LA Rams, and we got rid of that piece of trash, Jared Goff. And then I win the Super Bowl. I mean, the Rams win the Super Bowl. I mean, I win the Super Bowl.
So are you
Yo,
a Rams
Rams
fan? Are you a Rams fan or a Seahawks fan?
Look, man,
You
do
can
I gotta go through
you can
this?
choose one.
Okay, fine. Here we go. On episode 24, I'm going to explain the story one more time and one more time only. I am from St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh shit, from St. Louis? East St. Louis?
Yes. And
I know what type of y'all is.
yes. So when you make it out of there, you can make it anywhere.
Boy!
You make it out of there, you can make
You
it
know,
anywhere.
the best Chinese food in the hood. If you
That's
can
all.
make out that motherfucker getting shot at, you good.
Yep.
You can live anywhere.
That's what I'm saying. So, I'm from St. Louis. The Rams were in St. Louis.
True.
They left. We won a Super Bowl there. I moved here after, I lived Denver and New York and LA and Portland and all that. I moved back here, and I'm sorry, my family gets season tickets to the Seahawks. What do you want me to do? Say no? I go to the games. I like them. But when the Rams come to town, where am I rolling? Zach, you tell them.
Rams gear.
Thank you.
Rams
So you're allowed to have 2 NFC teams.
I'm allowed to have anyone I fucking please.
Just like you, a LeBron fan. Nah,
I am just a LeBron fan.
I know, right? They just hop on any team that LeBron's on.
Yeah.
What, is there a book that says I can't like 2 teams? There's no book on the shit.
Nah,
There's teams I hate. You want me to go down the list? I got multiple teams I hate.
Oh,
I hate
one.
them.
Dallas.
No, I think I hate one more, and that's a 49.
Carson, where you from?
Fair enough.
Originally or all over the place?
Originally, where you from?
Arizona.
And you like the Cowboys?
Well, when I
Why
grew
you
up,
like the Cardinals?
No, when I grew up and started watching
Uh-huh.
football as a Cowboy.
I mean,
Oh,
I have. I'm gonna tell you this right
Because
now.
that's when I was from like.
You know where the Arizona came?
11 or 12.
You know where the Arizona Cardinals came from?
St. Louis.
So I have a connection.
Well, actually, if we're gonna get real technical, it's Chicago.
It's Chicago, but they moved to St. Louis and then they relocated to Arizona. They've been there ever since.
Became the Phoenix Cardinals.
That's when I was born, not when you were old motherfucker.
Well, whatever. So I have ties to the Cardinals. I don't,
And
but you don't hear me scream.
Hold on. What year were you born?
Now I will say,
99. And you said you were a Cowboys fan during that time.
like,
No,
yeah,
it's
why?
just-
How?
They sucked in 99. This is 96. They're being garbage.
till
So
now. Yeah, I did
you
it.
mean tell me?
So
You
you're
say
gonna-
I like the Cowboys because they're the team back 99. Corey, hold on, but let me hear this. Get
Yeah,
that right.
we're 3-13. Oh man, I love this team.
That's what I'm trying to be like. Who did you like in 99?
I was born. I didn't know shit. Are you kidding me?
All right, let's just fast forward.
So-
2006. Who was there?
Who was the head coach
I can answer this question.
in 2006?
Bill Parcells.
Bill Parcells.
Who was the quarterback?
They were terrible then.
Boy, they had that carousel going on. John
And
Kitna.
then-
Shout
So-
out to Central Washington.
I'm gonna take a shot. I'm gonna take a guess. You started liking the Cowboys when you got Tony Romo. It's Tony Romo. It's always Tony Romo.
That's a brutal era to become a
I
fan.
was
of.
Jason Witten.
I was a Cardinals fan
Michael
until that.
Was
that's
Michael-
why
Michael
I
wasn't
I
playing
still have
those
my
things, was he?
Matt
Miles
Leonard
Austin
jersey.
and all that.
I
Yeah.
still
He was on the tail end of his
So
career.
you like a 2011-12 Cowboys fan?
Terrence Williams.
Terrence Williams.
Not a 10, 11.
Yeah, DeMarco Murray.
DeMarco, yeah.
My favorite Cowboy fan.
Des Bryant.
Where was there too?
DeMarco Murray was really good in fantasy too.
God, man.
He was on my team one year.
He let me down like
You know
towards
Marion
the end
Barber?
of
The
his
year on the
career.
Eagles. didn't
You know
he?
Marion Barber?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Felix Jones.
You know that man tried to run over a goddamn Prius.
Look at this slew of running backs that they've had. DeMarco Murray,
Marion
Marion
Barber.
Barber.
Marion Barber,
The
Felix
Barbarian.
Jones, man.
That dude. Ah.
Zeke.
Now this is what we got.
Zeke.
Yeah, this is what we're left with. Zeke and Tolly Pollard. Come on, Debo, come to Dallas.
Go ahead and take
Play
it.
running back
We're
too.
playing running back. I told you guys when you traded me, I did not want you to bring me as a running
Jerry
back.
Jones gonna give you that money. Like,
Should I just turn off the cameras and walk out now?
No, we're gonna
We're
wrap it up. I'm sorry, we went on a little cowboy rant
them
there.
damn call girls, boy.
But my point of all of this is, I'm allowed, and there's nothing that says I can't like two teams. It just so happens both of those teams are in NFC West, which complicates things.
But if you grew up in the 90s, you like the Raiders too because of Bo Jackson. You had your team.
I like Bo Jackson.
I did too. That
I mean, everybody like Bo.
I'm like, see,
Bo
I
knows.
like Bo Jackson.
I mean, listen,
knows?
I grew up a Lakers fan.
Still a Lakers fan.
I'm still a Lakers fan,
Jordan.
but I grew up in a household full of Bulls fans.
Ooh.
My dad's from Chicago, so it kind of. How did I get to Lakers? Because I grew up watching Magic Johnson. He's one of my favorite players of all time. Showtime between him and the Pistons. That was one of the
James
greatest
Worthy.
finals of all time.
Bad.
James Worthy, dude. AJ Green. All the way to the
Green,
Knicks
yeah,
Van
Green,
Exels, to the Kobe's and the Shaqs. I mean, I watched everything Lakers. Kareem. It's
Dream.
that's all I watch. So that's why that Showtime Lakers show that's on HBO Max, so good.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
so
it
don't
is
spoil
that you want to watch some good television? That's probably one of the best shows on
That's
TV.
on
Right.
Showtime, man.
Yeah, man.
Didn't they make one for the Pistons too?
I think that's a ESPN 60.
Was that
episode.
was it? That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah.
The Bad Boys.
They did one of the Bad
that's
Boys.
that one.
But yeah, so I mean, it's all subjective. I mean, I know people that like. I mean, I'm a hardcore Cardinals fan, but I like the Mariners too. I'm wearing a fucking Mariners hat, but I root for my Cardinals now. I mean, St. Louis. If you've ever been to St. Louis, that is
Pools country.
Cardinals country. You want to talk about loyal traditional baseball fans? Go to St. Louis for a weekend and go to a Cardinals series.
That's their best.
There's nothing like
That's their
it.
best sport.
Yeah, nothing like
Always
it.
has been.
Hell yeah.
Closet hockey fans too, even though I mean
Well, the Blues are hit or
they
miss.
just won a chip just like 2 years ago. So
Yeah, but they're hit or miss because like 2 years before that they were like the second worst team in the league.
right. Well, I mean the Blues have one record that probably won't ever be surpassed.
It's alright, man. I'm an Avs
Well, the Mariners
fan,
are coming
which is
close.
Like being a Cowboys fan of hockey, because we ain't shit.
Listen,
Oh,
I
I'm
just
a Pirates
wanted.
fan of
I
hockey,
can't.
so don't
They
you worry.
can't say they won a championship in the last 25 years. The Blues can say they won a Stanley Cup in the last
2 years.
That's true. Hey, the Avs have won one in the last 25, but it's starting to get close. They need another one.
Well, the Blues had
We're
the.
talking about hockey. How do you bring it back to the Cowboys?
He compared it to
Yes.
him. The Blues hold the record for the most playoff appearances without a title. And out of all the 4 major sports, they made the playoffs 38 years in a row.
What?
And not winning the Stanley Cup. They just won it a couple of years
I
ago.
thought the Bills.
But the
won.
Mariners are coming close. Well, they still 10 years behind.
Yeah.
But I think that ends this year. Just my prediction.
You think the Mariners are going to win the World Series?
No, I think they're going to make the playoffs. They have the longest playoff drought in out of 4 major
Man,
sports.
I really hope they do. But
Every year
time
we
I
think
get
it's
my
our
hopes
year.
up, I get my
Bro,
ripped
I'm
out.
telling you, man, if you go to the Mariners game, the atmosphere is
What
different.
you said last year.
And we were 1 game short.
Yeah. So last night, you
I mean-
play Louie.
Oh,
Everybody was mad.
everybody was hella mad.
I was like, "Oh,
The vibe in that place is different.
why are you?"
I mean, you should have been there opening day. It was not a seat empty.
yeah,
That
$60
beer garden, I was not even attempting to go in that.
$60 parking
It
spots. I'm like,
was
Jesus, fuck.
loaded with people. But it was the best time. I had a great time. So I'm definitely going to be going to some more Mariners games this year. This weekend's going to be pretty packed. So I'm going to try to hit it up this weekend. So before we close out the show, which has been an entertaining show, nonetheless, we've been.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we going to play for the title of the show? You hate the Cowboys?
I was calling it the Kobe episode.
I'm walking out.
Over the weekend, I went and saw Fantastic Beasts, the Secrets of Dumbledore.
I have to see that.
It was really good.
God.
It did 44 million opening weekend, and people are trashing it, saying that it's the lowest of the Harry Potter. Well, I'm like, well, wait a minute. You're talking 12 movies of Harry Potter. We had 8 movies of Harry Potter, and then a couple of Fantastic Beasts. You're not going to eclipse or come to any sort of number on that. Now, it's already made 200 million worldwide.
That one? The Dumbledore?
The Secrets of Dumbledore?
Yeah, Secrets of
It's already
Dumbledore.
made, because it came out a week early overseas. But it's made 44 domestically. So I would go check it out. It was actually pretty good. I was entertained. I went and saw Ambulance too. And that was pretty good.
Ambulance.
I was surprised. Jake Gyllenhaal is in it. It's kind of a action drama. It's a Michael Bay film, so you know how Michael Bay does it. Explosion! All sorts of action, crazy screen stuff. So I mean, just figuring,
Right and gasoline.
just picture this.
Pyros now!
Just forget about. Think of it. No Transformers, but just a lot of explosion
Okay.
all along a
More
city.
like Bad Boys.
Yes,
Oh,
but in an ambulance.
Instead of a cop car. Got it.
In the ambulance.
But I was highly entertained. That was a good movie. This weekend, though, The Northman come out.
Ooh.
And this is one of my highly anticipated movies I've been waiting on. And it is already got fantastic reviews on it. So that movie comes out Friday. I will definitely be going and checking that out this weekend as we creep closer to Doctor Strange 2, which will be out in a couple weeks. I'm super excited about that. Mayans MC premiered on Tuesday. It's on FX. I'm telling you, man, I wasn't expecting it to be 2 episodes. The first episode, they did 2 back to back, so I was up until midnight, and then at midnight, episode 4 of Moon Knight came out on Disney Plus. So I was up until like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
God.
So damn, I was.
Where'd you go to watch it?
But I mean, it was 4:20. You know, I just got
Did you
off work.
Did you celebrate?
Yes, mildly, but I celebrated because I had to work the next day. But
Responsible. Celebrate.
what did you guys do for 4:20?
Nothing. We worked.
Oh,
Work.
well,
That's
yeah.
What I say?
I mean, at least I celebrated a little bit.
Well, I
I was,
celebrated once I got home.
I set an alarm for 4:20 and had a bowl.
oh, there you go.
Oh, Lord.
Both 420s.
You actually did that?
Both 420s.
Yes.
Both 4:20.
Oh, I got a gem for you. Have you seen Choose or Die on Netflix?
No, I have
You
not.
have to see that. Like, I'll tell you right now, that movie's so fucked up. The first scene, I cut it off for a little bit, and I was like, "What the fuck did I just watch?" I came back and just finished it up. It's pretty fucking good.
I was gonna get my. I don't have Netflix right now because I kind of canceled the subscription. But Stranger Things is going to come out in a couple months.
Yes,
so the final season of Stranger Things. So I'm probably gonna get back up.
Mm-hmm.
But
I heard Netflix gonna start having commercials too.
Yeah, and they're raising their prices because they lost a bunch of money. Basically,
did you see their stock?
Their stock.
38% in one day.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. Like, what the fuck's going on? Thank God.
I think part of it's because of the competition of other streaming services that are out there.
AMC and Regal is starting to open up. So
they're just putting out a lot of just anything they can right now. And
Yeah.
people are finally realizing, like, oh.
Yeah, you're putting out trash. Where you can get HBO Max or Paramount Plus. Who's got it? I mean, Paramount Plus is really clutch.
Everything is cheaper right now.
New movies on there?
Yeah, I mean, anything Paramount is going to be on there.
Shit.
Any shows, like, if you I watch Bar Rescue a lot.
Yeah.
All their seasons are on there. South Park, if you're a South Park fan, that's on Paramount Plus and HBO Max. So yeah, I mean, certain shows that I like and watch, like Game of Thrones. That's HBO Max.
So the prequel coming out or what?
The prequel, they just put out a new movie poster today, and the show premieres August 21st. That's the official date. So we're got a few months away from House of Dragons. House of Dragons. If you're a Game of Thrones fan,
we back.
It is back on full effect now. When I was watching Game of Thrones, I was addicted to the show.
I was too. I watched it twice.
Yeah.
Last week
I think I watched it like 3 times.
I know. Then May 26th, Top Gun 2.
Yes, Top Gun. We're gonna go see Top Gun.
And that's why I joined the Navy, because of Top Gun. I was like, that generation. And up with the Navy, but.
All right.
Yes, I'm a seizure. Do you need first aid?
All right.
Everyone's about to piss himself.
Well,
I'm so sorry.
On that note, we're going to have to say goodbye. Tune in next week. We're going to be talking. I mean, we might go live stream on the NFL draft because I might have to take the day off for that.
Hey, I'm all for it.
Make sure you got 2 or 3 TVs so we can smash one.
All right,
we'll
do.
Next
get
week,
out of the way of the camera guy so he don't run me over.
Next week we'll talk about NFL draft. We'll continue the coverage on the NBA playoffs. And that was a surprise ending to this show.
He damn near ran
I get an aneurysm aside.
You got any shout outs you want to make before we sign off?
No, I'm just happy to be on the show, man. No, I've been.
Thank you for coming on.
I've been talking about, hey, I need to come on, just bullshit.
Yeah, you're welcome many times.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
We just talk sports.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the longest episode we've ever recorded. You're going on close to 2 hours.
Is it?
Goddamn.
No, we've only been an hour because we started at 11.
It's longer, man. I'm at 2,100 bars.
Okay.
But
Longest episode we've ever done is 1,700 up until this.
But I'm trying to make that draft episode. So hopefully we go live on that. So
hey, I can get you on live if you're not here in person.
Okay.
But I'm gonna need a restraining goddamn jacket. See, I'll do some dumb shit.
Oh, I apologize. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Well, you guys tune in next week. We'll keep you updated on all the social media platforms on if we're gonna do the draft show. I think that's a good idea.
We're doing it.
Oh, it's the NFT mints next week.
Oh,
the NFT
week
what?
from today.
Week from today is
a
what?
week from today. NFT Simply Smoky Mints.
Oh, it drops.
Oh, it drops. The NFT drops next week. So
get on the wait list.
Got a lot of big stuff going on next week. So tune in, you guys.
How you get on the wait list again?
So you gotta go to the Twitter page at Simply Smoky NFT.
Yeah, Simply Smoky NFT.
DM me OFFTOP podcast.
What?
If you DM me OFFTOP podcast, I'll get you on the whitelist for the
Alright,
NFT.
make sure you got your Coinbase. I know all they out here, crypto, what going on. See, I'm trying to get my crypto thing, but my damn phone acting stupid. I don't need to be on the wait list, boy. This is some dumb shit, boy.
So, yeah, get on the wait list.
Use cash.
Or, yeah, cash is good. Use cash.
Now, I keep my paycheck under my mattress.
Stuff the mattress with the cash.
It's out of Crown Royale, baby.
All right, guys.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Corey's out. We're out in here, and next week, Draft Miss.
Yes,
We'll talk draft. All right, guys. Peace.
Right.